Hello grade 2, welcome to our new science session. Today we will start solving the science revision sheet for the fourth quarter. So please, before starting, prepare your sheets. If you are ready, we can start now. Question number 1. The only form of matter with its own shape is gas, liquid, solid. Let's remember these kinds together. As we studied, a gas doesn't have its own shape. It spreads out to fill all its container. What about a liquid? A liquid doesn't have its own shape. It takes the shape of its container. What about a solid? It's the only kind of matter with its own shape. It keeps its own shape. So the answer here will be letter C, a solid. A solid has its own shape. Question number 2. A liquid changes into a gas as it evaporates, freezes, melts. This change is called evaporation. So when a liquid changes into a gas, it evaporates, like when the water changes to be water vapor. Question number 3. When a gas changes into a liquid, it's an opposite process. The gas, like the water vapor, will change back to be a liquid. What happens here? It condenses, evaporates, or mixes. It condenses. Number 4. How is solid matter different from all other kinds of matter? It has mass. It has its own shape. It fills its container. It takes the shape of its container. We have just said that a solid has its own shape. But why don't we choose letter A? It has mass. Because all kinds of matter have mass, like liquids and gases, not only a solid. What about letter C? It fills its container. This is a gas. A gas spreads out to fill all of its container. What about letter D? It takes the shape of its container. This is not a solid, it's a liquid or a gas. So the answer is letter B. Let's move to question number 5. Lily went for a walk. She found a purple stone. She breathed the air. She stepped in a puddle. She felt rain on her face. Which was solid matter? The air, the purple stone, the puddle, the rain. The only solid here is the purple stone, because the air is made up of gases, the puddle is made of water, the rain is also water, so the puddle and rain are liquids, the air is gas, the only solid is the purple stone. The next question, which can you usually not see? We cannot see a gas, a property, a solid, or a liquid. We cannot see a gas. The next question, number 7. Circle the group of words that tells how a liquid is different from a solid. A liquid takes up space. A liquid takes the shape of its container. A liquid has no color. Which one is the best? It will be letter B. A liquid takes the shape of its container. Why don't we choose letter A? A liquid takes up space. Because also a solid takes up space. What about letter C? A liquid has no color. Because most liquids have colors, like milk, juice, coffee, and many other liquids. Only water is transparent, it doesn't have color, but most liquids have colors. Number 8. What happens to water when it boils? Let's remember together, when you boil something, so what will happen here? You add a lot of heat or you increase the temperature. So what will happen? It condenses, it evaporates, it melts, or it freezes. The answer will be it evaporates because you will add heat. Number 9. How can you change a liquid to a solid? A liquid to a solid, like water to be ice. Burn it, condense it, freeze it, or mix it. You need to freeze it or take away heat. The next question, number 10. Sandra sees a balloon filled with air. She knows that the air in the balloon is a gas. How does she know? The air is warm, the air fills all the space in the balloon, or the air has its own shape. How do you know that this matter is a gas? When it fills all the space of its container. The container here is the balloon, so the air fills all the space in the balloon because it's a gas. 11. What happens to water when it freezes? Water freezes. It becomes a gas, it becomes a liquid, or it becomes a solid. The liquid will become a solid when you freeze it. So it will be letter C. 12. Which is true about all liquids? All liquids take the shape of their container. All liquids have their own shape, or all liquids are cold. Of course, it's not letter C, because some liquids are hot, so hot. And it's not letter B. It can never be letter B, because liquids do not have their own shapes, but all liquids take the shape of their containers, which is letter A. The next one, 13. Look at the properties of this object, this ball. Which of these objects has about the same shape and texture? This box, the tennis ball, or the balloon? The same shape, which is round, and the same texture, which is smooth, soft. It will be letter C, this balloon. 14. How does matter change when it melts? Melts. It turns from a liquid to a gas. It turns from a solid to a liquid. It turns from a liquid to a solid. Melting means the change from being a solid to a liquid, like an ice cream or an ice cube. When you get it out of the freezer, what will happen? It will melt. It will change to be a liquid. Why? Because it gets heat. The next question, 15. Which is a solid? A cloud, a penny, a puddle? It's letter B. A penny is like a coin, so it's a solid. It has its own shape. The next question, 16. What is the greatest volume this measuring cup can hold? Half cup, 1 cup, or 4 cups? Here we have 0.5, which means half, and 1. Which is the greatest volume here? It will be 1 cup. It cannot carry 4 cups. It can only get only 1. 17. Which word tells the amount of space matter takes up? The amount of space means mass, solid, or volume? It means volume. The next question, number 18. How is water changing here? It is melting, it is evaporating, or it is condensing. Here the water is boiling and there is some water vapor, which is a gas flying up. So it is evaporating. 19. Which of the following is a solid? The air balloon, the pencil, or water? Of course, the pencil is solid because it has its own shape. What about number 20, which is a liquid? Oil, ball, or carrot? The liquid here is oil because it flows, it doesn't have its own shape, it takes the shape of its container. Okay, grade 2, that's all for today. Don't forget to solve these questions and study them very well. Thank you so much, and